on some DMX. Slide on a late night, won't you? Slide on a late night. Slide on a late night. That's the stuff that I don't like. We roll. All right. What am I wearing? I gotta show you my cute outfit once we get settled in. Oh man. R.I.P. a real nigga. Steve Bridges, bro. Y'all ain't heard. I do need to start the live by saying what's up, what's good, what's goody. Is the light still on this? Maybe he unplugged it. My tummy's was good. All right. Market prep. We're going to be punch needling. We're going to be rug making. So if you're here for it, stick around. I think I have 8 more coasters I need to punch needle. It's not going to happen in one day. I guarantee you that. Today's Tuesday. We've got about an hour, maybe an hour and a half if we can get to it a little sooner, for punch needling. So usually in an hour I can do like 2 coasters. We'll see. The live is like 8 to about 9:30, 9:40. And then we're just kind of chit-chat for the last bit, saying our farewells until next times. You know. What's good? Welcome back to the live. Welcome to the live. You are now getting fresh with Ashlee. How come there's never a trash bag in here? I give my husband a trash bag for his room. And it's just empty. There's a little piece of plastic. I gotta show y'all my cute sweater. I love that you guys like my, this is like a South Park like shirt, but I went to Ross. I got my son some cute shoes. He out here. He's strutting. He's styling. Uh-oh. I got him some cute new shoes and I like a little tracksuit. He's a runner. He's a track star. Bro, they had Ross be having a plug. We found like a Aeropostale for little people. So I got him a little sweatsuit and it matched his shoes. And while we were there, I got this cute sweater. So give me a moment. I'll show y'all the sweater in a moment. We're gonna do a whole OOTD. So I know people be like, what's the drip? It's usually not drip because it's always like whatever is comfortable. My drip is mostly what's comfortable to do art in or to teach in. So it's usually casual clothes. These are leggings. So welcome to the channel. If you're here for the vibes are just getting started. We have a market this Saturday in Mequon. It's like the Family Harvest Fest market. It's 11 to 3 p.m. I'm going to be bringing a lot of my handmade beanies if y'all here for it. Like, that Shibuya, whatever it's called. My friend always is playing that song. He was in the live yesterday. The sun is hitting. Okay. I miss Rippin' and So On. They were commenting after the live had happened. I'm like, I wish we could have been talking in real time. They're a big support to this channel. I appreciate them. And I appreciate everybody that stops in, says, hey, how's it going? Just, you know, or if you're just here just to chill. Some people do this they'll put my live on, and it's just kind of like, you know, not background music. I wish if we could play music, then we would have the vibes, I'm telling you. But like, they just kind of put my live on in the background because I'd be saying funny stuff. So yeah. And if you have something funny, share. I've had some people come in here. If you got a joke, you share a little jokey joke, you know. SpongeBob up in here laughing. I finished the globe coasters. Okay, I do need to say something to y'all. So my live like crashed yesterday. Apologize. I was already in the zone. I said, fuck it. Wait a minute. Actually, so I finished the coasters. Let me finish my thought. It's a lot of, what's good? Good morning, Armand. Of me not finishing my thoughts. So I'm trying to get better at finishing my thoughts. But like, if you're here, you know the lore and you know, like, kind of, you can kind of follow the story. Thank you for the likes. We know a lot of things actually went down. So I think maybe my Wi-Fi went down or something. And that's why the live crashed yesterday. My apologies. I can't control those things. Like, as much money as I be spending on internet, I can't control it. That is crazy. If y'all are in the area where they got Spectrum, how we go from $59 and now it's $89 for the same service. I don't know if they threw in like it being faster or something, a promo at one point. I just need the internet to turn on, man. I don't really care about that. If I gotta wait a little longer and it's a little cheaper, fine. Because I know they're like suppressing the usage. If there's a lot of, if you heard about the cell towers with your phones, if there's a lot of people, it makes the data go slow. I told y'all this too. I was in Verizon with my mother-in-law. Straight from the consultant himself, they said, yeah, you're supposed to get a phone probably every three to 4 years because they're not making them to last. Straight from Verizon. You heard it. So we know they're doing a lot of stuff though. I heard people yesterday could not access their banks. My bank was like doing some stuff. It was taking forever to refresh. And people who had Chime, I don't know if Chime got updated, but yeah, people couldn't get their money out of that. I'm hinting at things if you can't tell. So I'm gonna just leave that there. If we on the same wavelength. That was interesting. YouTube went down. My husband said he has a video of YouTube going down last week. So he can have it for reference later. That's kind of crazy. And I know y'all are keeping up with the world, right? Please tell me you're doing your due diligence, I suppose, of just being informed. It's a lot of mess going on. But anyway, I do have something I need to discuss with y'all, and then we're just going to be chatting in a moment. So, yeah. Oh, I got to do the outfit of the day. Y'all not ready for this, okay? So, give me one moment. Please stand by. I started laughing, and then my nose was like, which pocket has my tissue? My nose is running. I hate like catching a cold every month now that school has started. That's crazy. So I'm gonna show y'all my outfit of the day. Oh look, we were also at Ross. Remember I told y'all, so I got this new sweater at Ross. And I can already feel myself sweating. It'd be so hot. Then I'd be cold. Then I'd be hot. That's like the transition of fall over here in the Midwest. But we got these cute little frog clips. It's not gonna show you. I have like this darker one and we got light ones. And it was only $4.99 or something like that. And I think I have at least 10 or more of these little frog. They're bag clips. So, you know, you could put it as like a little hair clip, you know. So, this is like my South Park hoodie. Not hoodie. Sherpa. That I be wearing. And people be like, oh my goodness. My friend had this and they were getting rid of it. So it's got like, it got them on it. Represent, right? This was the fit that I put together, okay? It was cold, so I put this scarf on. My husband got me this scarf and I'm like, I need to incorporate this. It was in the drawer. I need to incorporate this into my fall because I got a lot of beige stuff, okay? So now the fits can kind of put together. I'm definitely taking this off because I'm hot. That's a fat ass. Is that a fly? He's outside. Okay, this is my then my sweater, then my outfit of today. It's cold, so I'm gonna keep my shit on. He got that on though. This and some tan mules, some of the clogs. Hold on. This was my fit. Sean was getting it. He had his little thing on. He had his little mules, you know, with this, okay. This was, I got this at Ross, okay. Flowers, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. And then this the switcher, okay. These called the teddy bears. They're platform ones, and I did a video when I first got it. Is that a? No, that's a fly. That's a fat ass fly. He outside. He on the screen. But I got my. You can't see him in the sun. They fuzzy on the clean on the inside, clean on the outside. They fuzzy everywhere. So I could switch it up if it get a little cold. I could wear this neutrals. So like when I became an adult, I'm not even trying to be like y'all. You understand how I talk, and I'm like not even trying to be offensive when I talk, bro. But I say it in a funny way. I was watching a lot of like Aspen and Parker, and then they had a whole situation. If you know those people on YouTube, lifestyle vlogging people, right? And she had like a store and stuff, so like that was also inspiring me to want to do my own store and stuff. But the core inspiration for why I started my own like store making like custom clothes and custom rugs and stuff was really like a mixture of That's So Raven and True Jackson VP. If you haven't heard this story before, this is like lore to like who I am. Shout out to what's his name? Young Chip, Big Chip. What is his name? Chip, like who is in association with Kid Cudi. It was his birthday. I think it's today. But he made the song I Need Smoke. I wanna get higher. You know that song? Oh, here. I'll sing the chorus. I'm just what you made, God. Not many I trust. I'ma go my own way, God. Take my faith to it wherever you want. I'm out here on my son. Won't stop till I get me some. That first like few bars hit way harder being an adult. On my son, won't stop till I get me some. And my feet are splayed out. My feet are sideways. On my son, won't stop till I get me some. Understand, like everything I do is for my son. Understand that. He wants to be a minion, so I want to take him to the Spirit Halloween store. Now that we have time, we did pumpkin carving. You're gonna see I'll be updating my community tab page, okay? So I carved pumpkins. My screensaver was it the first year? I think maybe when he was going to turn 1. I don't remember. I know there's a timestamp. But my screensaver still on like my laptop is when we first carved pumpkin, so that's really cute. And so now I got ones of him. He had his little apron on. He could hold his pumpkin now. So that's cute. We did pumpkin carving on Sunday, and I want to try to take him this week to do some costume shopping. Woohoo! All right, we're gonna use a microphone. I know you guys like it when I use a microphone, so here we go. Looking at, I know I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna have to come back for this. I got my jacket and stuff. I'm gonna grab my Stanley, and I'm gonna grab my charger. I keep 2 chargers in my room, and I keep them specifically plugged in on opposite sides of the room in case I need to be stationary. So this, hold on. I know y'all are like right on my iced coffee. Okay, I have a charger. This is like my laptop charger, and it charges my phone really fast. Because you know Apple just cheap and they won't include the block, so you can actually plug it in somewhere to charge it. I think I've never tried this. This is so funny. I have this laptop and I never tried plugging it in with the cord they gave me. Because I probably thought it was going to try to download iTunes or something. I took iTunes off of both of my computers. But this is my laptop, and it's the USB-C. This is my second Mac laptop that I got. They call this a push present. You get yourself something nice before you have your baby, right? So this computer is like 4 years old now. But I really try to keep good, take care of this one. This sticker is mine. Morning Wiggle, Be Kind. I made that sticker. What else? And the CrazyYoga. But everything else is kind of like what describes me. Or inspiration. I love wearing Birkenstocks. Be nice. This is just a cute, groovy, fun. It reminds me of like the kind of stuff I'm trying to do, but like, you know, not overly copy. You know, we garden friendly here. You already know that. I don't know where I got this sticker from. This moon sticker. It says, everything connected to me prospers. So, you know, you got to keep the inspirations, the manifestations, the affirmations. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we were talking about chargers. So I have one over here by my desk, and then I have one over here. Have you seen my craft room? Thank you for the like. So like around 8:30, we kind of settle in. So we're about to settle in, y'all, and do some arts and crafts. I kind of want to light an incense, or I might use this spray. So I'm going to show y'all what I'm working on in a moment. This is like called Motivate. I got this from Whole Foods. I have a Motivate one and a Purity one. So Motivate, it says workout mist. But I use this, you know, I teach yoga, so I could use it for that. I don't ever bring it in my bag. I'm trying to like get it to like float on me. Motivating. It's like a citrus smell for the air. Another person watching is like, this nigga chop. Spinning in the citrus. All right. Let's get down to business. Rather than watching an incense, we're going to just spray the room. And it doesn't help that I'm congested. That's probably why I don't smell it. But we're making rugs. We're going to see if we can get this frame done. Yeah, I'm chopped, bro. What's good, Jonah? We're going to try to finish this frame. So we've got, these are mouse pads that I'm making. You can use them as pot holders, as coasters, whatever you want to use. Yes. We finished the globe coasters, and then like that's when the live crashed. So yeah, that was the only thing we worked on. I can get a set, so 2 coasters done in an hour. So about this live, but I was like kind of pushing it to the limit. I was like, who is that outside? The neighbor was walking. I ain't mean it like that. I know people be like, yeah. I ain't mean it like that. Okie dokie. I just be chopped, bro. Okay. We have a few story times. I'm gonna tell y'all this is a funny story time. And I'm pretty sure I told this one before. How can I like set this? This is one of my favorite microphones to use. I'll tell you about the time I was chopped and I walked into Apple. Like it's a scary story I'm about to tell. The time that I was chopped and I walked into Apple. This was like when we got like the big computer, the iMac. It's like a 2017. This shit old. Hang on to your shit. My computer over there is like, it's a 2017, bro. Hang on to your stuff. Did we go? This was before Carrie and I had got married. This computer is like, damn, that computer is old. So I was chopped and I was chopped and I walked in at Apple. This is how chopped I was, bro. Because we were trying to get into YouTube editing and stuff like that, right? So we needed Final Cut and stuff. And we needed a computer to start. So the very first, that's crazy. Is it? No, it's not. Very first Mac I got was the gold Mac. Don't recommend it. It's not powerful enough to do the things I was trying to do on it. It actually died on me. I had the gold Mac, which it wasn't even that old, die. Then we got the iMac. I'm pretty sure we were like, let's just get a desktop. So anyway, this story is about the desktop. I walk into Apple, me and my husband, maybe my mother-in-law was there, because she ended up like paying half so we could get it, right? I walk in there. This is the time, I ain't been in Apple in a minute. This is the time that they had them blue polos, right? I don't know if they still doing the blue polos. I walk in there, I see a guy standing by the front with a blue polo on, right? I said, excuse me, can you help me find like an iMac? I need one for like editing. And bro is like, I don't work here. I too chopped. I didn't hear him. I said, yeah, but like where are the computers? And then I heard him the second time. He said, I don't work here. I'm chopped. I said, oh, he don't work here, Gary. Anyway, so that was the story. And we eventually found somebody to help us. But all right, I'm just being chopped. The colors I had picked out. Okay, so this is, yo, I'm not trying to bonk you on the head. The table, hit the table. These are my colors I'm working with. So I'm thinking, so y'all can see. I think y'all liked it when I did the overhead view. We gonna do it like that. Why not? I'm making a lot of cookies. I'm making an evil eye over there. These are cookies, and I got like a smiley face going on. Bruh. For real though. That was shocked. Okay. Focus. Focus is good. I'm gonna do the chocolate chips first. So all of them are actually this color. Hooray! Don't be paying attention, I tell you. This might actually be a good amount. So I got like a single strand. I must have used it for another project, and then I wound it around the bigger cake. So I already have like some yarn cut. So let me show you. So it's not like she ain't doing nothing. This table has been through it. There's actually supposed to be like a piece right here. These IKEA shits. Oh, don't let nothing get snagged on that. That'll have you saying, what? So I'm gonna show y'all how to thread a needle. Woohoo! Punch needle. And this is my threader. She's on her last legs. I'm debating if I want to super glue this, because I actually, trigger warning, I actually stabbed myself with this before. It hurts. It's like, it's metal. And they bend it around, and it's the two end pieces are connected in this flap. The flap gave way, and now it's loose, and the needles sometimes pull out, or the wire accidentally pulls out. And this was like a while ago. It pulled out, and I stabbed myself trying to thread it. So you take your punch needle, and you go through this way. You slide your threader through. You come at the top, split it. So I usually hold my fingers to split the wire so I can feed some yarn through. Feed it through the wire, pull it, push it down. I put my finger on it so it don't unthread. Pull through the bottom. Boom. There goes the yarn. What? Okay. Pull through there. There's another hole. Take your pointer finger and push it through. Keep pulling till you get your end out. And then I like to pull it back a little bit. About there. Not too much is wasted. See, I'm very like, is the correct word frugal? When I come to my scraps. That's why I wish I had like the rights to the music. I would play the song Trap Queen, but I would say, she my scrap queen. She be saving all her shit. I don't know. That would be a funny like parody. I ain't never letting go. And I am getting playing with my baby. Yeah. All right. Put our safety gloves on. Protect your wrists. We're doing a lot of punch needling, so we're going to just start with all of the little spots. Now I need to pull y'all up. This is the entertainment you have come for. We have ladies and gentlemen. This is Sean Strong talking right now. He's my funny alter ego. Today we'll be working on some punch needling, okay, class? We gonna get the little chocolate chips first. Then we gonna do the actual perimeters. You understand? Starting with the small dots first. Then doing the outside. So, here we go. Punch needling. You're punching your needle down. Punching the needle down through the fabric. When you come up, it's gonna like pull a little out, and then you're gonna, this is a lot of it, but for example, then as you punch down, it, you move over. It's not a good example. You punch down. Hang on, y'all. You're making little loops. I can't show you. And fried. You've officially been chopped and screwed. Okay. Anyway, so you're just making loops. Please don't at me. Being ugly. That would be funny. Who are his ops? When niggas ask that, I got ops. This is crazy. As soon as I brought them niggas up, now they looking at my story. You ain't, bro, people like that. You ain't looked at my story in over a year. Then you heard me talking about that one place, the market, where I used to have my store and a studio. I didn't even get into the racist stuff that them folks was doing to me. But I brought up, every time I bring up that there was a PDF file discovered there, sorry, I should have did like a trigger warning, I suppose. Because I was talking about I have ops. Soon as I bring up that there was a PDF file that has been charged and had association with that place, it did not. I'm not saying that it had anything to do with the actual business conducted at the market, but I'm saying the minimum expectation for the market to do would to be, yes, we are aware of this unfortunate news that this guy was kind of crazy doing stuff like this, but we can assure you that this has nothing to do with the market, and we have upped the safety of this place. You could have released like, a small statement like that. That's what my expectations was. Every time I bring up the Facebook post of his mugshot, why do these people get mad? Like, why are you trying to hide that there was a PDF file there? And when I said that, now everybody wants to watch my story. I'm like, I don't protect those type of people. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a bean. If you're here on this channel, the integrity of this channel is to, just have like a lifestyle, and we do crafting on this channel, or we do yoga. But I'm always going to speak up, and I'm always going to speak my mind when something is inappropriate or not good, okay? would the term be like concealing somebody who is dangerous? Is that not something you could get charged with? Like, I don't play about that. So I brought up, and went to the Facebook police department's Facebook page, and I pulled that article with his mugshot. Them people always go in a tizzy. Why are you bringing that up? He's a danger to society. That's why I'm bringing it up. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. And y'all didn't do anything about it, because you know what else? That after the fact of that guy, going away for a little bit, there was still crime. There is supposed to be like a security guard that walks the area there. And somebody got some jewelry stolen. It was so bad that this lady went around. This is when I say these people have amnesia, when I say these things. This was a white on white crime. This white lady, and there's relevance to this because there's like some racial things that they were doing to me there. So this white lady had this shop, and she caught another white lady in her store on her security camera stealing a piece of jewelry. I think it was a bracelet, and she slid it on her wrist and walked out. There's a whole security guard here, and he didn't do anything about it. I don't know if he was alerted or what have you. But after the fact of that, guy, the PDF file doing things like that, it was still bad things happening. And why I say there's reason for me bringing up this white lady, that shop owner. Why I say there's like underlying racial things that they were doing to me there. You make everything about race. Okay, put yourself in this situation. This is when my son was really young, and he was just running around the mall, and you popped into this lady's shop, and we're looking around, having a little discussion, and then she brings up, I have this African soap, and I made a video about this. You can go ahead and watch the long form video. I have this African soap, and I don't think I can use it. Would you like it? The packaging was already opened on a bar of soap. So I was already like, kind of like, did you already use this? Why is the packaging like all beat up? And skin is skin. Your epidermis is your epidermis. Like, everybody got the same epidermis, same skin, same irritations and things like that can happen. We got a hood tank outside. He blasted music. But you know what I mean? Like, did you not catch that would be seen as a little insensitive? I wouldn't say it like that. So why did you ask like another white person if they could, like, I don't know, I can't eat this. No, see, I'm not trying to be racist. I ain't trying to go there. But I'm like, reluctantly, I accepted it. I'm like, this is really awkward for you to ask me that. Yeah, it was just a lot of things at the market. So I'm just glad I had moved on. These people are still having a field day commenting. I just turned the comment or notification off. Because the place has been, it was like under the post I was saying, like, the place had been for sale. The market has been for sale. But they won't just do the repairs. So somebody wants to buy it, or, So I remember actually speaking to somebody, and they scared him away because they wouldn't fix the street lights or something like that. So I'm like, really just, this is your property. You got to maintain it. But whatever. It's really like the racial stuff is weird too. Because I already told y'all yesterday, I'm trying to see blah, 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 or whatever. China is not a word. And I'm just like, hey, man, you live in Racine, and you want to tell me Racine is predominantly black. There's a lot of black people that live in Racine. And you want to tell me you never ran into some black person that just talks, whatever the term is, of just making fun of Ebonics and, what is it, the dialect of African Americans? Like, I don't know if I don't feel like I should have to educate on this, but I'm like, come on now. You're openly being racist. You have racist co-workers at the market. Or I'm sorry, you have black co-workers at the market. Do you talk to them like that? What's good? It's good morning time here. I just find it odd. Like ships in the night. And two cars just drove past each other. Whoa. What is that about? I'm making chocolate chips right now, y'all, if you were wondering. And last trigger warning. The week I moved out, somebody was, knifed for being very vague at the school across the street. And people were trying to say that has nothing to do with the market. It's in the area. So if you, prior to knowing, if you had this information, somebody was knifed at the school across the street, would you still want to go to this place that was like in that is literally across the street? If I just thought that was common sense, if somebody was harmed, and PDF files are coming up, things like that, that would be more than enough for me to be like, all right, I'm going to rule out this is not the place for me. This is not safe. But just some people are just, well, I need to see it for myself. Okay, fine. I don't know what to say. Just see it for yourself. It is safe. Oh, Lord. You have internal thieves. You have PDF files. You have people getting knifed across the street. What actually is safe? And this is someplace bro, you know what they told me? Whenever I would come in, like on an off day, because we could only be open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I would come in like the afternoon. You had to have like a time slot on it or some crazy mess. I'm paying all of this money, but I need a time slot of when I can stop into my own establishment. That's what I'm like, all right, this ain't for me, man. We're actually almost running out of yarn. That yarn kind of went quick. See? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, when I had to go in on a like an off hour time, I had to like call ahead because I'm not about to make the drive. It was a long drive for me to get over there because I ended up moving. And then, me drive all the way over there thinking I can do something in my shop, and then the keys ain't be open to the external entrance. I had keys to my personal suite, you could say, but I couldn't get access from the front building to unlock it. I'd have to, you know what I mean? Just call ahead or whatever. So, it was really weird in the middle of the day that they were still experiencing like crime when the kids across the school are supposed to be in school, that they said you need to park over here so your car doesn't get towed. But it's like a huge parking lot, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I would always be so like anxious just trying to do the small stuff I was doing in there. Maybe I was painting the walls or, or rearranging some shelves in the studio at the time. But I always would be anxious, like, is my car still going to be outside? Is somebody going to fuck with my car? Like, why are you telling me that it could be towed? So I would always park my car and I'd come inside and I would make sure I found the landlord and be like, hey, this is my car. I'm only going to be here maybe until this time because I don't want my shit messed with. Oh, he knows your car. I sure hope so because people still think I think or like my early to mid 20s. This is kind of a tricky one because I'm almost out. Come on. Yarn chicken. I bumped my elbow. Damn. This much left. You see that? That much left. We played. If you don't know what yarn chicken is, it's like you hope you don't run out of chicken. Get that yicken. That's what my husband be saying. Why does it sound like a plane is falling? Y'all hear that? A lot of weird, catastrophic stuff has been happening, y'all. Just being on my toes. What was I saying about chicken? Oh, playing chicken. If you haven't heard about what playing chicken is, it's like you hope you have enough material before you run out to finish your project. That's yarn chicken. I play chicken all the time with my project. Oh, that was a good sip. That was a good sip of coffee. I'm going to come back. I have just 2 more to do. And I feel like I used a different. I'm going to just fill it in. I feel like I used a different shade of brown. I have another brown for my cookies. This one's going to be like the dark cookies. The Zop cookies. They're going to be mustard. This is why I picked this project to do with this color. Because if you remember, I was making like a Dragon Ball Z rug, like the Dragon Balls. And then this color was like just too dark. So I ended up taking all of this yarn out. All of this yarn is like individual strings or strands. All right, we're gonna thread the punch needle. I'm gonna try to save the energy tonight, or if not midday. Maybe I'll work on this a little more. It's 8:47. Not too bad. Not so bad. Come on. We're really pushing it to the limit because I got these designs are on the edge. Oh, glory. These projects are like really close to the edge. So that's why I'm punch needling, because I can control my hand pressure better than I can control like an actual tufting. Good. So I wouldn't recommend, if you're using a machine, to go super close to the edge. If you're using a machine, I would probably let the project end like at the start of this. Like everything would be right before these coasters. You don't have to cut them out either. So I think I might just undo the fabric so it's a little looser. And then it'll be easier to cut and stretch. I feel like it might need to be stretched a bit, you know? So like stretch the frame. Once I take it out of the frame, stretch the fabric. So after this canvas, for those new, we are starting a large rug on my other frame. I need to check my supplies. Make sure I have enough cloth, enough of this cloth to stretch my other frame. This shit. Focused. If you can't tell, focused is good. However that song goes. Take it real slow. I can't get it. Boom. We're going to try out a new design. Listen up, y'all. This is it. The beat that I'm banging is doneness. Okay? All the time I come around, brothers gather around, always looking at me up and down, looking at my... Round and round and around we go. Alright. Oh, this is going to be the opposing color to the cookie, and I think this will look cool. So we're going to just not stress ourselves and attempt to find a single strand of yarn in this big old pile. So I'm going to just leave that hunky junk, the yarn right there, and let's thread this. No yarn goes to waste. Imagine that much yarn. It didn't work for a previous project, and just to throw that away. Crazy. Oh, why would you do that? Are there any questions, class? Ugly. For real, genuine questions? Or we just vibing? It's pretty quick once you get the hang of it. I'm not the fastest, but I do have fun doing it. Now we're doing the perimeter. This is the same like mustard color I need for the smiley faces on the other side. So trying not to get up from my seat. 52. Okay, trying to get a nice outline, not too crazy. Slowly turning my needle. Ooh. Now this seems like a chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to make it slightly smaller, so I may not be following the black line to a T. It shouldn't matter from the front, hopefully. I can see it coming together. This is a cute one. I might, wait a minute. Maybe we switch them up. These will look more crispy. Crispy golden cookies. I'm going to show y'all in a moment here. We get this color going, baby. Shone like that. I knew I had like the eye. I'm like, let me see how these two colors mesh. Look at this, look at this. Look at here. The Kevin Hart. That's going to be like really pretty. Mustard color. You know, who would have thunk? It's going to have like a mustard color in the chocolate chips. That true brown. I think that's going to be really cute. And I usually do like a tan for my cookies. Sometimes I get questions about what it is. Sometimes, but I don't have anymore. So I see people like that colorway. It's like tan, and I think I use this same brown. Was good. But I'm liking this darker shade. We're working on chocolate chip cookies. Berserk. Now the house is like dead silent. We're just outlining, filling it in. Once I get closer to the actual chocolate chips, I'm trying to get my stitches a little closer. Then I'm going to outline the chocolate chips. It's always easier to fill in after you have like an outline of the color. So you'll see me sometimes just making random shapes. This is too much. See, right now, I can tell like when my body's like, switch it up. So I'm making a line in. I'm gonna go right there. I'm making a line in. You see where I came in? I was going around. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go all the way around again. I've already made my outline. I'm gonna make a line in, and I think I'm gonna section it off and make it a little easier. So I'm gonna fill in this space over here, and then slowly move this way across. So I don't know. My direction always changes. That's why I like punch needling. Yeah, this is gonna be so cute. I might need a pair. And I'm not even trying to be like, oh, if I like it, then y'all have, you know, I'm not even like that. I'm like, this is too cute. These colors are really vibing. I'm vibing with this shit right now. As ugly as that sounds. I'm running out, as you can tell, or you can see right now. You see how the yarn is getting shorter and shorter? Come on. Hit me with your best shot. Honey, won't you hit me with your best shot? Looking ass. Incorrect. Come on. At the end, you saw that string got sucked into it. Almost there. I want to see how far we'll take it. That was it. That was it. That's how far we took it with the chicken. The stitch is this little, can you see that? That was some intense chicken. So this is my starting strand. You can always tell where I started. My starting strand, and that's like where I ended. But see, I'm telling you, the colorway, bro. That looks like a real cookie. I get excited when the colors work out. All right, cut this very, 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 very small, short thing. Now we get to dig in the jungle again. So I'm gonna take a sip of some coffee. I tried not to make knots. Cool. So that single strand took us all around to this point. Now I have another strand this long. It's not terribly long. We're gonna thread this. Come on. Move your big, thick butt out the way, bro. My corner rounder, she carrying. This thing, it's got like a felt bottom. This is what a corner rounder looks like. How you can make curved edges. You ever seen one? I really should have just spent the extra money and got a pink one. Why? Because I like pink. Ugly. There's like half of me that like wants cohesive crafting stuff, but then half of me is like, why? Girl, if it work, it work. Looking at us. They have a pink sewing machine, so I'm already losing my mind about that. I need to get the pink Singer sewing machine. I said, oh, the gray was tight. Now you got like a blush pink. I don't know anybody who likes blush pink. Nobody around here. So, I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, honestly, because I haven't had any sewing projects. I do want to make a purse. Thank you for the likes, y'all. I've been telling y'all I need to teach myself how to crochet. It's not gonna be a crochet person. Once you see the part I'm gonna crochet, you're gonna be like, let her cook. Cause like, bro, the idea I have after I do the hem rug, the big large hem rug, I may even just stretch it and start it on this canvas, the purses, and then force myself to learn how to crochet so then I can actually finish the project. Um, and that would be also another reason to want to get my sewing machine. I have like a small one, but I don't think it's like as heavy duty as I need it to be. Cause I could sew my purse by hand. I've done it before. Otherwise, it would be interesting to try sewing a purse with a sewing machine. Woo! Ugly ass. I have to explain ugly to people too. So on this channel, this is like the dialogue. You know, people be like, that was sick. That was nasty. Or whatever the fuck. I be saying that was ugly as fuck. Bro, you ugly for that. You know what I mean? Like you are funny. You are hilarious, you know. Bro, I'm ugly. I'm being goofy right now. You know? That's what ugly means. I am not like I have to explain this because there was like I'm not trying to be racist, but I know there's like I grew up in the suburbs, but I talk like a nigga. Okay. And that's the thing that throws people off because I'll get in conversation. But I know they're doing it in a mean way. What do you mean? She called me ugly. I said, no, I was saying you're being goofy and then like just a funny person. And then they'll, have a whole tantrum. But white women, when they have tantrums, is scary. Older white women. And I know you want to say it. Put the microphone up. Especially growing up and living in the suburbs, like the way that they be trying to talk to me and thinking it's okay, actually nasty. Actually nasty. That was me being serious. Actually, it's nasty. I was gonna say harmful, but that might be. It's offensive. I don't know about harmful, but. I'm making an outline, so I focused up for a moment. This is so cute. I want to put this in my car now. That's the problem. I be making stuff I just want to keep. So I intentionally try to add a me project. As a creative person, you need to add a me project every once in a while, no matter what medium you are using. I need to make a rug for myself every once in a while or something, you know what I mean? Or do a project for myself. So I've been working on that jean jacket. That's been my me project. But I do want to make some rugs for myself. It's just, I don't know, rugs been, I sold, very grateful, very grateful. I sold a lot of my coasters. Now I only have like 9 sets left and I have a market this Saturday. So I'm trying to get, more inventory done. So it's like, I can't bring myself to want to keep stuff if that could be, inventory. Because everything is handmade. I couldn't just order. Let me get 20 more on pump 8. Freaking ass. I can't just order more inventory. I'm the manufacturer. I don't, but I am. I'm gonna say it like this because I told you like the way I talk. I'm not trying to be like disrespectful. But I feel like just how sensitive society is, I have to preface that. I feel like I'm in a community where a lot of queer people do like my art and they follow my page. So I feel like there is a community there that would be interested, and I'm not saying that you have to be a part of that community, but I could see it. That's how I envision it. Like when I make things, I feel like somebody this is like how I envision this is my buyer. And I do have somebody in mind who I think might like it because they've been asking me about a few things. But like the other example I had when I just talking about this, I was making like this one rainbow painting and I envisioned it in
a newborn's room. And funny enough, my friend actually ended up buying this. I didn't know she was buying it for her friend that had a newborn child. So that was funny how that connection. Energy is so important though. So just saying that energy is very important because you saw how that how easy enough that was one time, attracting the specific buyer, you're looking for. So I always have like somebody in mind, not always. I'm not going to say my coasters are just kind of they vary. I've seen everybody buy. I actually seen like I had a grown man buy my buttercup, from the Powerpuff Girls, my buttercup coasters. Um, so I don't know. I've been trying to just study my audience of who come to my fairs. I'm like, okay, you like wearing these type of things. How could I help this mesh? How can I like blend your style with my style? So certain I don't know. I'm getting off into to just thought. Certain things I've let go of like this. No, I don't really like how I draw this no more. I'm gonna change this up, or I'm gonna update this design, or I hope I'm making sense. This is just kind of a thought I'm having. I'm always watching like the little tips tips on how to find your buyer, tips on how to do well at markets and things. Know your audience, and etc. The hem rug is gonna be cool though. I kind of have an idea when it's like, oh, this is super like one of a kind. That's been the luck when I um, bring it to life. It sells pretty quick. My eels and escalator dice that I did. The first market I brought them to, they sold. I did a mirror rug, and I want to do some more mirror rugs. It's been really hard to find rugs at the thrift store. Well, that was the first market I brought that to. It sold, and the same market I brought that dandelion rug, and I played with using pom poms. That rug also sold. So I feel like when it's something unique, it does well at the market or the specific market. I'm gonna have to wait until the summertime because that summertime market I do, super fun. I think I might have to cut this. I'm trying to find the end of this one strand of yarn. Yeah, good art is good art regardless. That's true. I want to make it into a sticker too, so I need to get more ink for my printer. So there will be like one of a kind rug unless somebody, asks to make another one. I have it in mind just creatively that I want to make at least one rug. But, if it turns out to be some kind of cool collection, that'd be cool too. So I'm never going to short myself. But I also want to keep them as stickers. I think I'm going to slowly phase out my magnets. Magnets are cool. I still have some magnet paper that I brought, but I think I want to turn everything into a sticker. I can't get this out. Okay, that must have been deep in there. Um, all right. All right, the cookie is coming together. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not saying you have to be a certain type of person either, and I hope it didn't come across like that. Who is this? Oh, that was a super hood tank. All right, I just threaded some more up in here, and I've only gotten like halfway. Come on. I had a little hole right here to fill in. I'm going to go straight down. And divide some more. Need to lay this flat so the yarn there. Straight line down. I'm also phasing out my prints, some of the prints, and I want to start like a new era, if sort of speak or whatever. New kind of different style of how I draw, new colors. I had the prints I made, they were all a part of like a color palette, because I always am trying to think of ways for you to be able to have my art and it be cohesive. If you got a bunch of prints, all of the prints kind of had like, not this specific orange, but they had like a muddled kind of orange palette. I can't describe it unless you've seen the, if you've seen the art, the little prints I made, then you understand what I'm talking about. But if you brought one, or you brought all of them, you could kind of have like a little over the couch, you know, little photo thing going on. Miss Thang. So with orders that I've been shipping, or even pickup, I let people come in and choose. You want to, here's like a free gift. You can pick out some stickers, or if you want to grab a print to go along with your custom thing, I've been doing it like that. Otherwise, I'll just throw a few freebies in there. That's on my head, the string. This is where it gets difficult, because now we gotta go around the brown, and we hope the colors don't mix. I have a few of them mixing. I can see from the other side. I think the picture frame had an area where the black and white overlapped. We'll need to fix that. From the front, which I can just clip with the clippers, or sometimes you can kind of feed the loop under the other loop so the colors separate. All right, I feel like we're kind of going slow. Yeah, this is a solid cookie. I'll show y'all from the front. Oh no, I got the microphone. When we finish, I'm gonna try to finish this up. I'll show you the front, and then we'll have 2, 4, 6 left. 6 coasters before Friday, and it's Tuesday. Takes me about an hour and a half to do a coaster set, so to do 2 of them. So if I spend an hour this evening, lay this flat, hang on, then I could get another set done and then only have 2 sets to go. 4. I'll do these, and then if I do those, then I just have 2 left. My arm was in the way, but I think I'm gonna do double sets of the cookies, and maybe I wish y'all could see my cookies. It might say sold out. I might change the design of them though, because I'm liking this. Actually, fuck. That's if they can get Big Twist in. Because this is like, I make stuff and then sometimes it's like a staple of something I want to keep replenishing. Like, I really love making my evil eye coasters. The globe coasters, people really like. And the cookie coasters. But since all of my yarn has changed up from not being able to buy Big Twist, I still have yet to see Big Twist in Michael's. Because, you know, Joann's closed down. So I can't even say, like, I want to make sure I keep this restocked. The yarn may differ a little bit. I had to get, like, kind of a gold yarn when I was at Hobby Lobby. I don't want to stuff it too much. Less is more sometimes with these smaller rugs. You don't have to have it, like, covered. Because then it just makes it a little more stiff and not so flimsy. Like, I'm not saying, like, the rugs are flimsy, but more formative where you can stuff it in the coaster and it's not, like, too stiff, it starts sliding up out of the coaster, you know. I've had stuff like that happen, so I don't want to make them too thick near. It was a rug you were going to put your feet on it, yeah. Put them lines together. Kind of hard to cut up here. Here we are. Almost done with half of the cookie. Come on. Neighbors are outside loud. Talking to the moon. One small spot, then we're done with the middle. We're halfway with this cookie. This would actually make me hungry. Yikes. No, that's too much. If it's giving back, then it may be too much yarn. I love this mustard color too, y'all. This is my favorite color from Big Twist. This mustard. I used it for a lot of stuff. I'm going to divide this into a fourth. So I hope Big Twist hurry up. Come to Michael's. They've been finding it everywhere else. I think Texas already got their yarn. What the heck? And Michael's is like missing their demographic really bad. I don't think I'm going to punch down here. Let me see what's happening. Because they only think they need to make yarn for people who crochet. And that's not the case. I need to somehow sweep around here. Stepping over the cord. How chunky is this looking? It's looking cute. I was trying to push the yarn down a wee bit. I lose again. Stepping over cords and everything. Thanks. Yanga hinga danga. So this is just a lot going on here. Okay. Oh, see, did you see this? I'm glad I caught this. Random knot, but I'm glad I caught this part. I'm gonna cut this because it's like frayed. If you can see, it's a little frayed right here. I don't know. It's a little skinnier. This was from tufting, so I might just cut that section and put it to the side. This is how bad it was frayed. So I'm gonna put that to the side, finish up whatever's left in here. Let's try to stretch the yarn, or stretch the canvas here. Oh, that was it. All right, I'm gonna thread it. Barbarian, barbarian. Bitchabbers. Dave the Barbarian, anybody? I want to do some nostalgic rugs too. That would be ugly. Have Dave the Barbarian as a rug. Alright. I think basketball starts today or something. My husband was like getting hyped about that on the way to work. Alright, I'm gonna just stop there then. We have a lot of loose ends, loose spots. Keep it short so it's easier to put a flat bottom on, right? A flat, like felt bottom. That's what I'm talking about. Because I know I stop and thought a lot. Alright, it's getting stiff. So I'm going to stop. See, it'll look perfect from this side, and then you'll see yarn expands once you look at it from the other side. What is it, 9:24? I just watched it literally change to the time change. Too much stopping and going, that's the problem. It's not really flowing because I got different strands. Frayed ends. Fried eggs, that'd be ugly. Frayed ends, I have to keep stopping to cut. Too much, too much. Cartoon, cartoon. It might be overcrowded, so we're gonna not punch as much and we'll see what it looks like. Oh, that's it, see? You see how fast yarn can just go? I already see the end. You'll see the end start to creep up. See how fast it goes, y'all? Look at it. Gone. Out of the tube. That's it. Alright, I see some frayed ends in this one too. Cartoon. Here we go. If you are now joining us, we're just making some costas. I'm actually gonna check. I want to do something fun. I always like get that feeling. I want to do something fun with my son today. Middle of the week. What we got? What we got going on? I ain't got nothing crazy. My coffee's sitting sideways. Y'all ain't tell me. So we're gonna go costume shopping before we get Dad. All right. Hit me with your last shot. I be singing because I need music. I'm coming around this color, so let's just hope it's not blending. There's like a specific split right down the middle here. It's too tight, so I'm just trying to kind of punch around that. The birds are still out chirping, so that's good. Oh, and we need to get the one. What's good? We're making cookies. Okay, hold on. I'm almost done. What's good? You changed your name? Everybody changing their name. We're making chocolate chip costas. You can use them in your car, because I try to make them small enough so they'll fit in your costa, your cup holder. Or you can use them around your house. My friend will put them in her purse. She brought like some custom Hello Kitty ones I made for her. And she'll put them in her purse so she can take them to the office to use. Punch needle. Why is that held for review? See, that's literally the title I used for this live. I said punch needling. Is that wrong? You know what is like a hidden talent? If people in real life can cuss like Rolf did, you know, on Ed, Ed and Eddie, you son of a shepherd. Like if people could like cuss like that, I couldn't even imagine. Like there's like the southern way to cuss somebody out, that's funny too, but like if somebody like cuss like Rolf, it would have you like think in all sorts of directions. Alright, I'm just trying to see if I can fill this in a little bit, because this was a little crazy looking. Something like that before it blends. Alright. Whoa. Get all that out of here. Come on. Get off the court. Alright. That's all my scraps. Look at that. That's how much I have left. Let's just start the new outline. I'm gonna just use this until it runs out. almost. I think I'm going to try a new tactic. Draw the outline, and then we're going straight to tracing the chocolate chips. We're not going to wait until the end. So we went around with our outline. See, it looks like a chocolate chip cookie. That's my favorite emoji when you use that one. That was like, he's got the sunglasses on or something. Okay, it's a funny story. Does anybody else ever do that? Maybe it's just some high stuff like we used to do. But like when you're talking about somebody who has sunglasses on, do you ever like close your eyes? My brother's a comedian, and I know he's made this joke before. Like when you be acting out somebody and he put his sunglasses on and he looked like this. Do you guys like ever do that? Or is that just some high activity? All right, let's see if this is going to be enough. I don't think so. We're going to start, let's finish this outline, and then we're going to outline the chocolate chips, all 4 of them, and kind of work from the middle out and section. 9:32, not looking good. If we could get it done before 10, that could be a possibility. I gotta do bookkeeping. Every Tuesday I try to do bookkeeping. I had to do attendance and bookkeeping and all that fun stuff. So, I don't know if I'll get that. No. Okay. That's why you crooked. That's why your breast stank. People who be coming back with that, like, damn, you was all in his mouth, huh? No, some people breath be stinking. All right, outline complete. Come down. Now I have to flatten it. And we're going to try to keep this continuous. Okay. Whew. Need a little break. Wrist. Hang on, chat. I'm coming. Yikes. Okay, that's actually a lot. There's like a little fly. When do the bugs die? The insects. How cold do it gotta get over here? Man. Didn't I tell y'all about the time all the mosquitoes got in my car? That was crazy. All them niggas hang out by the garage. We walking out, me and my son, we about to go, I think we were gonna go pick up dinner or something. Man, I said, okay, these guys kind of looking crazy. I hope they don't get inside. I'm trying to get Bear in the car. I seen 10 of them go in there. Meow. Now these in the car and they outside and we like freaking out, bro. Like, what do we do? Hold on. The cookie got sunglasses. The cookie got sunglasses on, chat. He got them on. He got that stuff on, man. No cat. Jack. That was crazy. All of the mosquitoes flying. Buzzing. Buzzing beetles. Trying to tell you. Yo, that's kind of close. Okay, we're gonna just, please spin back, spin around, spin the block on this one. He got them shades on. Funny, we were talking about sunglasses. All right, we're gonna cut across here. We're still outlining. It's 9:36, y'all. I've had to watch a lot of football because of Gary. We're all filled in. Now I'm kind of just, I don't know, it's getting stiff in there. I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to just start the section off, I suppose. Now, it's a little easier to fill in because everything's outlined. You see, this has been a continuous strand I've done going around, and I stopped right here. So I'm going to fill in this like little rectangle, all of that. Can we fill it in before 10? That's what I'm trying to do. Why does that not get old? And if the ops are in here, you know it's not everybody from the market. Respectfully, I know there's some like really, really sweet people at the market. Because I know I have ops that sometimes watch the chat. Because this one nigga like try to say they had something on me. Niggas will sit here and record my live when you could. And then they try to post it in the Facebook group. That was the craziest thing. I was literally, so like this is the thing that sucks about YouTube. It's not bad. I mean, YouTube's like one of my, YouTube and TikTok I would say are like more of my preferred platforms. You can actually be yourself on here. You find like people who actually like you for you and whatever. But anyway, I think we had just a spammer person in the chat, right? And they're just like, why does it look like a dump or something like of the terms of that? Thanks, Ash. Why does it look like a dump where you at? And I was just like, this ain't a dump. You at a dump or something like that. Somebody tried to clip it so it said I was making fun of the market. I was responding to a hate comment. I said, you couldn't, I know, even though, you know, some of these people are whatever, at least they got stores over here. You don't even got a store. It was like I said, a spam person trying to a troll trying to say something. Because if y'all seen the market, like I'm not hating on it like that. The architecture was actually pretty cool. It was a unique experience. But I know my words will get twisted. And this lady, the lady with the pens, yo, she need to chill. She need to get a life, bro. The lady who be selling them pens hurried up and jumped on my dick. Hurried up, like what I mean is, I made a comment. Why were you like the second person to see it? I know you followed me, but you like incognito. I'm being funny. This is a white person, but I be making up words to sound funny. I know you in incognito, bro. You not slick. Niggas secretly like hunched over at the computer desk. I know they got archives of like, this is when she sneezed, like type. I know it's something like that. Because it's really not that serious, bro. For you to take the time to make a screen recording, it was never that serious. All right, we're still working with the first strand. You should see how much we oh, it's almost done. See how much we covered. Once I have to rethread, when I lift my arms up, you'll see how far we got with this extendo, the super long string of yarn. And I'm just doing my outlines now because now my colors can't bleed. It's like gold dust. Who remembers that? Anybody listen to dubstep? I introduced my son to it. All right, we're coming around the mountain. It's almost done. Yarn depletion. Yarn depletion. What if it was like giving me a warning? And I need an arm break. Here we go. Oh. That's it. I know. Ever since, like, it came in my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna play this, and then my son like, I like that one. All right, that's how far I got. See, I'm taking a little arm break. That was what one strand got me. That was actually a pretty long strand. We're gonna finish this, and then let's move down here and do a little, I don't know. But we're getting close. We're gonna try to finish this up before 10, maybe. La cucaracha? What's going on? I'm being funny. I'm sorry. I can't understand that. I was just making a joke. I thought it said Trippy Red at first. I'm telling you, I said that was like the right shade. Mustard? Who would have thought? Mustard is the right color for like a crisp looking cookie. Because I'll show y'all the color palette I was gonna... Where is this? The color palette I usually do. I'm like, what if I switched it up a little bit? You know? Uh-oh, this is not good. Low key, should not do this. I'm gonna just cut this. This is crazy. This is all snagged. And my scissors are really freaking dull. I'm not using any of that. That was snagged. Let's go on the other end. Speaking, what? Country ball. What is that? All right, let's try this end instead, and hopefully we don't get a bunch of fried or frayed ends. Very possibility. One more set tonight. I could finish by Wednesday or Thursday and definitely have enough time to cut them out. Thursday or Friday would have to be my glue day. Almost started somewhere else. Glue, and then I throw some heavy books on it so it glues and dries flat. Hang on. Fabric is getting stiff. I know you can hear it when it starts doing that. Or it starts bouncing my needle off. It's really thick. It's a lot of, or dense, I should say. It's really dense. I'm gonna finish this little mini area. we go. Scissors, scissors. Skizzers, skizzers, skizzers. Flipper. Sean do. Could I get a little almond milk, Miss Coretta? Why did that car sound like a truck? Sound like a mini, what do they call them? A mini semi truck. But it was a car. What kind of engines y'all putting in there? Intergalactic? All right. I think the neighbors are leaving. Hear them downstairs. These cookies look good enough to eat. We got a lot of cookies out for Santa. I almost forgot. I got accepted into a market. Ugly ass. I gotta pay the booth fee by Friday. It's gonna be December 6th. So we gotta make sure we have our Christmas cookies out. If I was an influencer like that. Y'all lucky I'm not that kind of crazy influencer. Because I feel like you can just tell it's a lie. This was like the best thing on earth. When you have to like draw out your words. I'm being ugly. Maybe not everybody, but I'm like, it can't be the best thing ever when you said that last week when you were reviewing a product. Everything is the best thing ever. You don't think that get old? Sean know better than that. We just need to finish the last two hemispheres. Hemispheres? Hemispheres, yeah. Hemispheres. The top half and the bottom half. Mm-hmm. There. No, I need to look for another strand of yarn. Or then we're cooked. If we can't find that strand of yarn. We have 10 minutes, y'all. And we got like this knot, bro. I'm not playing. It ain't none that cut that off. So what you saying? You know Sean the man? That song? So what you saying? You know Sean the man? We can do it all night. It ain't none that cut that Sean off. When you reckon this away. Oh, in the booth, bro. This is crazy. The booth is 6 feet by 4 feet, so it's a small setup. I'm going to need to build laterally, so I'm probably going to do the same booth setup as the one I'm doing this Saturday. It's going to be inside of a bar. It's very Wisconsin-y. So I'm thinking I might do my bar cart and maybe either my small black table, drugs, and use my pegboard. One or the other. Black table with the grid wall, or my pegboard standalone thing. And it's gonna be winter, so I don't want to bring a lot. And wet wheels. I got to think about that too. Would I need to bring my wagon? I'm going to be bringing a tote, so I might have wet wheels. December 6th, will it be snowing by then? Because you know, the Midwest has been with its weather. Its weather has been fierce. It's been a fierce one over here, I'll tell you that. Me and my husband finished watching the movie Flight with Denzel Washington yesterday. I think it was the first time my husband seen it. I think I seen it in bits and pieces. Or maybe I did see it at one point. It was just so long ago. Oh, yeah, I knew it. She left. I knew I was on to something. On to nothing. That would have been funny. With this color palette, though, it looks so cute. I love when stuff like looks realistic. Let's just hope it looks like this from the front. Because then we're going to have to do some arrangements. Some adjustments. Last section pretty much. Come on. And then we'll be done for this session. I let my wrist rest last evening, so I did not punch needle. But if I do punch needle this evening, we will have 2 more sets done, because I like to try to do 2 at a time. So a set could be done. And you know what? Honestly, I could just fit this in a smaller hoop if I wanted to finish things off a lot sooner. Friday gonna be busy, because I might as well prep my large frame by Friday. I don't like prepping stuff too early, so that's why everything always has a tentative finish date. I'm not gonna say deadlines, because then that just make it sound scary, and we don't like creating from a place of scarcity. Okay, we want to create from a place of abundance. For real though, I'm being serious. What clicked for me was, like, I'm going on a little tangent. Instead of a to-do list, a simple change of saying a to-enjoy list really started to change my perception on, like, okay, these I gotta get done, but can I try to have a little fun? Where can I find a little joy in doing this? And I slowly started making my to-do list with fruitful tasks. You know, yeah, you gotta make a post. Well, look where you got now for making all those little posts. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta take these photos, but look, people will still be looking at them. I think on my Google listing, if you look up the business, we have a photo that reached 5,000 views, just online people searching for yoga spaces. One of the photos I took got like 5,000 views, if not 10,000 by now. I don't remember where it's at. But Google will send you like little notifications. So I'm like, that little stuff be mounting up on your to-do list. Change it, your perception, and think about it as a to-enjoy list for real. You'll start to see it kind of change a little bit. Then, like, you will blink, and then you be in a different universe. You like, what? I'm telling you, and I'm telling you. All right, it's getting thicker than a snicker over here. Yes. Oh, yes. Hey, we gonna finish. We got 5 minutes, y'all. This is like the smallest little gap. You can't even see it. It's like the smallest gap, bro. We're gonna finish before 10. Hey. Then I break into a song, and then I take until 10. Don't let me do it. Don't let me get distracted. Yeah. Or tonight, if I didn't want to punch needle, I could stretch the canvas. I like stretching my canvas at night, because then I draw it. So my drawing is already ready. I map out my colors. Boom shakalaka, said the troll. I'm ugly as fuck, and you should know that by now. Boom shakalaka. All right, we're still gonna need this mustard color. We're gonna thank you for the likes. We're gonna make the smiley faces the mustard color, and then they're gonna have a black eyes and mouth. You know. All right, I'm gonna take
for this shebang because now I need. What the fuck? My glove got stuck in my tripod. That's crazy. I have to pee. I'm doing the pee dance. But we finished it. This is how they look from the front. I'm turning my light off. Gotta angle it. And you obviously know I gotta cut the little strands. But we got our cookies done. Yesterday we got our erts. The erts. We got the globe coasters done. Now we have what? Four more to do? 2, 4, 6. 6 more to do. All right. I need to go pee and check my emails, all that fun stuff. So make sure you like and subscribe. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't have any plans. So I will see you tomorrow.